Do you know that just saying yes at the wrong time can ruin your life? Yes, I said it. Helping someone is not always good if you're not in the right position. So let's imagine this now for an instance. Your rent money is coming up in a few weeks and you already have that money saved. Of course, you have it saved. And a friend of yours comes in asking for a tip. What do? Giving it out might feel good at that moment, but later when the rent is due, life will hit you hard. Stress will set in. Your mental energy collapses, and you can't even focus on your work, your studies, your business. Everything feels blunt. Nothing works properly. Do you understand? Because of what? You've actually tampered with your rent money. The regret will eat you up from inside, like it will eat you up. You say, bro, I don't know why I did this. But whatever it is, I've actually made the greatest mistake of my life. Yes, you help someone, we know. But at what cost? You risk embarrassment, sleepless nights. Even most times you lose your home. Do you understand? So sometimes the same person you helped will not return the favor. Most times, actually. So saying no is one of the powerful or most powerful skills you can actually learn today. Do you understand? So saying no is not selfishness. It is discipline. It is survival. It keeps your life moving forward instead of sideways. Do you understand? So when you say yes without thinking, you are trying to solve someone else's problem. Do you understand? With your limited resources. Do you get me? So if you already have a problem like rent, bills, maybe your school fees, that you cannot fix theirs. You cannot fix theirs without hurting yourself. I'm telling you for the fact. You cannot fix someone else's problem when you have your own problem without hurting yourself, unless you have a backbone. So it does not really matter if it's a friend, if it's a family, or someone you like. Life works in cause and effects. I'm telling you for sure that life works in cause and effects. Ignoring this will pile up consequences. For real, it will pile up a whole lot of consequences for you. So you will feel drained, your focus will vanish, opportunities will pass you. Because of what? You are busy chasing problems that are not yours, problems that are not meant for you. Do you get me? So that inconvenience alone can cost you years of being broke, missed chances, restless nights, and unnecessary stress. The mental strain that comes after it will leave you unable to function properly. Whenever you need to show up and be noticed, you can't function properly. So you might feel constant sadness, and the worst part of it is that the mental stress you will go through when you are being forced out of your apartment or have to settle in a lesser settings, or maybe squat with someone else, maybe a friend or something like that. That experience exposes you to lifestyle you do not condone or live by. Do you get? So you can imagine someone that does alcohol, smoke, and all of that, and this is not the kind of lifestyle you keep. So imagine when you are being forced out of your apartment and you had no option than to go squat with that person. Do you think you have decision on your own? You cannot make any decision because you are living in someone else's mercy. Do you understand? So the experiences exposes you to a whole lot of lifestyles that you cannot condone ordinarily. And trust me, it is not the person's fault. It is not the fault of the person you are sporting with. You are actually the one inconveniencing the person. Yes, if we are being honest here, you're actually the person, inconveniencing him or her, depending on how the case may be. You know why? Because they are choosing themselves first. So it is actually your fault. It is your fault that you failed at one particular single or simple assignment, which is just to say no when it actually mattered. Do you understand? So helping someone when you are not in the right position can lead to consequences you can never imagine. Do you understand? Let me repeat this particular thing again. Helping someone when you are not in the right position can lead to consequences you never imagined. Okay, so many people turn this into spiritual problems. A lot of us will say, "Oh, it's a spiritual problem. The person you helped, claiming that the person you helped has a bad spirit." No, a capital no, N-O. So you simply fail to understand the act of giving and receiving. Do you understand me? So now take this from me today. Not all gifts are worth receiving, and not all assistance is worth giving. Let me rephrase. Not all gifts are worth receiving, and not all assistance is worth giving. Else, you will run into trouble. Life is designed so that good things can feel bad and bad things can feel good. I do hear a lot of people say we live in an evil world, but that's the reality. Life is designed to, it is designed in a way that good things feel so bad and bad things feels good. Do you get? And you must learn to recognize that distinction. Before you drag me, the only exceptions are urgent matter that involves lives or deaths, or problems that can only be solved, only, in capital letter, only be solved with your help. They are the only exception. Do you get? So everything else, you must stay very, very clear. People will always survive without you. They will always find a way to survive. So you equally should find a way to take care of yourself first. Put yourself first in everything you are doing. Do you get? So you cannot use your limited resources to solve someone else's problem when you already have a whole lot of problems of your own. Do you get? So you cannot treat a financial problem you are facing as if it's nothing and simultaneously intercept in someone else's problem, someone else's personal financial problem, as if you are God. You are not God. Okay? So helping is actually good, don't get me wrong, but not when your own foundation is unstable. You can only solve a problem with a real solution, and the real solution do not come with after effects. Do you understand? So when you solve someone else's solution with your rent money, that's not that's not an actual solution. Do you get? That's not an actual solution, because you created more problems. The rich keep getting richer because they know the level of problems they face, and the level of solutions they need is not the same as someone else who is struggling. You cannot expect someone to solve your problems because they are wealthy. No. Doing so will only make you sound selfish and entitled. I actually used the rent money as a case study, but the basic needs of life, which is shelter, food, and clothing, they are the three basic needs of life. Imagine using your rent money, which is for shelter, to solve another problem that is not your duty, and it's not even a need problem, just an average wants problem. That feels so crazy. Do you get? I don't know if you are getting my point right now. You are not getting me rightly, because if you are getting me, you should be telling me something in the comments. So that is why you must start treating situations without letting emotions take control. No, don't let anyone to control you emotionally. Don't let anyone to blackmail you emotionally. You are my friend, you have to stand there for me. No, that's an emotional blackmail. The real change begins when you recognize these little details. Because when you see how these things are gradually draining you and holding you back from advancing, these things keep you revolving around the same orbitals of life without a clear purpose. Do you understand? So when you understand this, you will see why discipline and saying no are not just words. They are not just words. They are life-saving actions that protect your progress, your stability, and your future. You understand? So every time you make a decision to say no when it matters, you are reclaiming control of your life, protecting your mental health, and creating space for opportunities without being buried under unnecessary burden, stress, or regrets. Do you understand? So helping at the wrong time can cost everything. It can cost you everything. Don't get me wrong here. So just filter this advice. Act on what works for you and discard what doesn't work for you. Do you understand me? So your life is in your hands. Discipline is your power. Start with small decisions like saying no when it matters. This is how real change begins. Protect your needs, protect your focus, protect your life. So if you are coming across my video, or if you are coming across this video for the very first time, do well to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share. This is your space to learn, grow, and take control of your life. Everything I share here comes from experience. So filter what works for you, discard what doesn't work for you. Do you get me? So discard whatever thing that does not, work for you, and take actions on what makes sense. The real change begins with you, and every choice matters, especially the ones where you learn to say no. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. Let's see in the comment section.